Arsenal vs Sevilla, prediction, team news, lineups. With their Premier League unbeaten run now a thing of the past, Arsenal returned to Champions League action with the visit of Sevilla to the Emirates for Wednesday's Group B contest. The Gunners overcame the Europa League holders 2-1 2 weeks ago, and back-to-back successes over the Spaniards could potentially punch their ticket to the knockout rounds with 2 games to spare. Match preview. Like every single one of his Premier League predecessors, Mikel Arteta has inevitably had a few gripes with the level of officiating down the years, but the Arsenal boss took scathing attacks to a whole new level after his side's 11-game top-flight unbeaten streak came to an excruciating end. Following an ill-tempered first half versus Newcastle United, where Kai Havertz and Bruno Guimaraes both escaped potential red cards, the Gunners succumbed to a contentious Anthony Gordon winner, which was awarded after the VAR room at Stockley Park conducted 3 separate checks for an offside, a foul, and to determine whether the ball had gone out of play. Disgrace. Sick and embarrassed were just some of the words an incandescent Arteta used in a fiery post-game press conference before Arsenal also slammed the unacceptable refereeing standards in the Premier League. Although the Gunners left a lot to be desired on the ball at St James Park and inexcusably went to sleep as Joe Willock sprinted across the field to keep Jacob Murphy's shot in play before delivering the killer cross. Defeat in the North-East saw Arsenal slip to 4th in the Premier League rankings, but the Gunners are sitting pretty at the top of their Champions League section with 6 points. 1 better off than Lens and 4 clear of both PSV Eindhoven and upcoming opponent Sevilla. Thanks to a Gabriel Jesus masterclass at the Estadio Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, the Gunners are potentially just 90 minutes away from sealing a last 16 berth. As victory over Sevilla coupled with a Lens success over PSV would ensure an early top 2 finish for the North London club. Diego Alonso's Champions League debut in the Sevilla dugout was initially a pleasant affair for the former Uruguay manager, who witnessed his side keep Arsenal at arm's length before Jesus' sublime piece of skill and pass released Gabriel Martinelli for a simple finish. Failure to keep Jesus under control in the second half saw the Brazilian pick out the top corner with panache to double the Gunners' lead. And while Nemanja Gudelj sparked a nail-biting finale with a header 5 minutes later, the Sevilla fightback would be left incomplete. As such, Los Palanganas remain without a top-flight European win this season. And only a superior goal difference sees them currently fend off PSV Eindhoven for the consolation prize of Europa League football, but few Sevilla supporters should turn their nose up to a chance to defend their record-extending 7th second-tier continental crown. The visitors have at least managed to avoid defeat in 3 successive domestic games since losing to the Gunners, all of which have come on the road, although 2 of those contests ended with Sevilla being held to a point by Cádiz and Celta Vigo in La Liga either side of a 3-0 Copa del Rey beating of Quintanar. Stalemates have also been commonplace in Champions League away games for Sevilla, whose record reads a measly 6 draws and 2 losses from their last 8 top-tier European games on the road. And their only previous visit to the Emirates in 2007 ended in a comprehensive 3-0 defeat. Team news. A few days after coming off the bench to score a consolation in an EFL Cup loss to West Ham United, Martin Odegaard, whose introduction at the London Stadium was a questionable one, did not make the squad for the defeat to Newcastle, with Arteta simply stating that his captain was not fit following a hip problem. Whether Odegaard is fit to come back this week remains to be seen, but all of Thomas Partey muscle, Emile Smith-Rowe knee, Jurrien Timber knee and matchday 3 hero Jesus hamstring will watch on from the sidelines, while Edin Ketia missed training on Tuesday due to a knock and is doubtful. The likes of Alexander Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira and Leandro Trossard could potentially force their way into contention, though, while the under-fire Havertz would benefit from a demotion to the bench after narrowly escaping a sending-off at St James Park. As for Sevilla, Alonso's side navigated their draw against 10-man Celta Vigo without the services of Sergio Ramos or Fernando, who are nursing calf and back issues respectively, and while the latter has been cleared to play, Ramos is not in the squad. Marchao adductor and Alfonso Pastor knee are absent too. And Alonso has also lost another 2 key rearguard members in Orjan Nyland and Marcos Acuna, who have been ruled out with quadriceps and hamstring problems respectively. after coming off the bench to score a late equalizer versus Celta. Youssef En-Nesyri can certainly expect a recall over Mariano Diaz at the tip of the Palanganas attack, while Dodi Lukebakio is a candidate to join the Moroccan in place of Oliver Torres. Arsenal possible starting lineup: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Vieira, Jorginho, Rice, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli. Sevilla possible starting lineup: Mitrovic, Navas, Gudilj, Bade, Pedrosa, Rakitic, Somer, Sao, Lukebakio, En-Nesyri, Ocampos. We say, Arsenal 1-0 Sevilla. No Odegaard meant no creativity for a toothless Arsenal against Newcastle. But a depleted and Ramos-less Sevilla backline should not put up Magpies levels of resistance in North London. As was the case in Seville, the Gunners are unlikely to march to all 3 points without suffering a couple of scares along the way. But Arteta's men should have the wherewithal to edge a close contest and claim the triumph, which may or may not send them through to the knockout rounds. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.